I'm sure to play in front of a good crowd here at the Tucker Center against the Florida State Seminoles.
Away we go here in Tallahassee. The Ospreys come away with the opening possession. And here to bring it across is Emmanuel Adedoyan for North Florida. This is a North Florida starting five that is without their two leading scorers. So they will have to manufacture a stellar performance while shorthanded on the road here in Tallahassee today. With the right hand, the lay-in attempt no good, bounced around a bit. And the offensive rebound is collected by Jaden Parker. Second effort, no good as well, and away comes Raekwon Evans. John Butler on his way to the basket, lays it in transition. Florida State out ahead 2-0. They're starting five for the third straight game. Naheem McLeod getting the start at the 5. 2 7-footers on the front court with John Butler at the 4.
Big steal there from Anthony Polite. Florida State defensively still fantastic as always. Does a nice job there in the half court to step in the passing lane, does Anthony Polite.
15 steals against Duke, their second highest total on the season. Had 16 at Wake Forest. They've recorded 10 or more 6 times this season. We'll go ahead and also take a look at the starting five for North Florida. And Adedoyan, Dorian James, Hicklen, Abar, and Parker comprise the starters for the Ospreys.
Butler with a good look there on the baseline, just a little too strong.
Good look for Adedoyan from the wing, and that is a sight that Osprey fans have been looking forward to seeing. The three-point shooting has come along slowly in ASUN play after getting off to a respectable start in non-conference. Knocked away and out of play. That is a turnover on the Seminoles. And on the other end, we'll take a look here at John Butler getting the scoring started moments ago for Florida State.
And as you mentioned, that big three to get UNF on the scoreboard, give a little 3-2 lead here to start the game.
Adedoyan with the high-low look down to Parker, turnaround jumper, gets the roll. 5-2 North Florida early.
Nice look inside for the freshman Jaden Parker. Not afraid of taking it right at 6'4" Naheem McLeod.
Knowles rotate to the left to Caleb Mills, now to Polite. Working on the baseline, double team, back out top to Evans. Good look for Mills. And he's got it.
Really good ball movement, reversed the floor. Made North Florida have to shift that defense over and then found Caleb Mills open in the corner.
5 up off the tray by the sophomore from Arden, North Carolina. Adedoyan has it in the corner. Looking for a screen, doesn't get it. Guarded by Polite. Baseline jumper too strong, and away comes McLeod with the board. Butler running the floor. Good look for Polite. Short on the 3-ball attempt, knocked away and cleared by Dorian James.
And North Florida not afraid to push the tempo as well. They'll get down the floor quickly and try to shoot a 3 if they can find one.
High-low look to Parker, looking for another jumper. He'll make a trip to the free throw line. Melissa, you mentioned the ball movement. It was terrific by the Seminoles. We'll take another look at it.
Yeah, it was Polite getting the ball inside, kicks it out, and then the one more extra pass in the corner to Caleb Mills for the open jumper.
So early 5-all tie here in Tallahassee. 16:57 left in the half. Parker makes the front end of his free throws. The freshman from Charlotte, North Carolina. Coach Hamilton looking on. Florida State's head coach, and what a run his program has been on here over the last handful of seasons. 3 straight seasons making it to the Sweet 16 or further, and there was a year in between where nobody knows what could have been. All we know is that it could have been promising. Finished the year ranked number 4 in the country, would have at least been on the 2 line in the NCAA tournament, a year they won the ACC regular title. Matthew Cleveland checking in, so too is Tenorin Gom. The high-low look will earn Ngam a trip to the free throw line.
And Aria Masudi mentioned that we thought we might see some extra substitutions here. Coach Hamilton probably trying to limit minutes if he can and make sure that it can keep everyone just as fresh as possible with those 3 games in 6 days. You see that with Matthew Cleveland and Tenor Ngam checking in early, just 3 minutes in.
Ngam, a senior from Dakar, Senegal. Gets the bounce on the front end of his 2 free throws. Ngam, one of 4 7-footers on this Florida State roster. Coach Hamilton always brings in plenty of size, and this year certainly no exception. Might be one of those tallest teams ever, if not the tallest team ever.
Length certainly something that this North Florida team will have not seen players with the length that Florida State does from 1 to 5.
Good looking free throws by Ngam. Had only attempted 2 to this point on the season. And now back the other way, tied at 7. Adedoyan gives it up to Parker, who's been the hot hand for the Ospreys early.
Saw Parker on the low block early. Now he tries to bring Ngam away from the basket, take him off the dribble. Parker showing his versatility there. Parker asking for the free throws. He thought he was in the act of shooting. Official's going to say that that was on the floor.
And his head coach, Matthew Driscoll, looks on from the North Florida sideline. Another rugged slate of non-conference games for North Florida. They'll travel anywhere and play anyone. As we have another foul on the floor called here, this time, I believe, against North Florida.
Monitor here and see exactly what happened. A little bit physical down there underneath on the inbounds play.
Correction, that'll be on Florida State. We'll take a look at what the officials are also looking at here.
And Ngam with just a little shove in the back. Got in front, and then a little swing of the arm from Abar.
Yeah, that's what I caught, but then they called the foul on the floor initially as Florida State said it was the team's 3rd.
They may go back and assess double fouls in that situation. It was Ngam with the initial shove that probably was the right call. Then it looked like a little extra from Abar there. Just trying to gain position. Definitely a swing of the arm as he was trying to swim through to get his post position. Matthew Driscoll there going to huddle his team around, give them some instructions, as does Leonard Hamilton, which is using this as a little bit of an extra timeout here. Officials now going to go over and explain to the coaches what they've got.
We'll take yet another look here.
Abar with the swing of the arm there. Let's see if they potentially might assess this as a technical foul or excessive contact, and that excessive contact to the head as well typically is going to result in a technical foul.
And Matthew Driscoll is lobbying our officiating crew. When we take a look at the technical foul, we take a look at a flagrant 2. Excessive, severe, or extreme contact or conduct. You have to look at the severity of the contact, hard contact to the head and neck area, injury potential while the player is vulnerable, and any contact anywhere else. And that is indeed what is going to be assessed here to Jonathan Abar. The freshman out of Kissimmee, Florida, made his 9th start of the season, and it will be a short one for the Ospreys.
Caleb Mills will step in for Florida State to shoot the technical free throws, as Abar will go to the locker room.
Mills good on both of them, an 87% foul shooter on the season, and because that's also a technical foul, Florida State will pick up possession up 9-7. It'll be Butler to send it into Evans. Quincy Ballard will check in as well for Tenor and Gom.
Yeah, that's a bad break for UNF. As we mentioned, they're already shorthanded without their sharpshooters, Carter Hendrickson and Jose Placer. Now down A-Bar as well.
They brought in Josh Berenbaum to replace A-Bar. Noles rotate to the left, now back to the right. Mills with the bounce pass to Butler.
A bit of 2-3 zone here now from the Ospreys. Will Mills going to penetrate?
Good dish to the big man Ballard.
That's the way you break it down. Get that dribble penetration right into the paint. Find an easy one for the big man.
On the other end, another three ball is good. Berenbaum splashes it through. And North Florida's made a couple of trays.
It's one of the keys to this game. As we talked to Matthew Driscoll, he said his team had to rebound and they had to make threes if they wanted to have a chance today to upset the Seminoles.
High-low look, down low to Matthew Cleveland. Gets through the double team. Knowles swing it over to the right. Extra pass inside to Ballard. And back outside, knocked away and out of play. It'll remain with the Seminoles, 4 on the clock. That'll lead us to immediate timeout. But on our way there, we'll take a look at the latest efforts of Caleb Mills, a phenomenal shooter, but can create for his teammates as well. The Noles lead 11-10 early at the Tuck.
Oh, you're doing it wrong, man.
What's wrong with action figures?
Nothing, except buying them without Capital One Shopping.
What's that, Samuel, Mr. L. Jackson?
Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them. Just download it to your computer.
Whoa, you're my hero.
Yeah, I can tell.
You like it?
I look good in miniature. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius.
What's in your wallet?
I don't say it like that, Devin.
And making their presence felt. I'm not sure if those students have excused absences or if they want their professors to see them on this broadcast. Either way, they're here. We're glad they're here. And they're over by where Madison Fitzpatrick is standing. And Madison, you've got more on what's been a tough season to date for North Florida.
Thanks, Sean. Now, it's been a tough season for this young North Florida team. So far, they have struggled to find their rhythm, and they are 0-5 in their ASUN Conference play. Now, although not off to the best start, 3 of their ASUN Conference losses have only been by 3 points or less. Looking to get over this hump, Coach Driscoll said him and his team are excited for the opportunity to learn from, grow from, and play such a talented Florida State team.
All right, thank you so much, Madison. So far, Coach Driscoll's Ospreys are hanging in there with the Seminoles. Thanks to some made three-pointers here at the Donald L. Tucker Center. It's 11-10 Florida State, 4 on the shot clock. It'll get into Wyatt Wilkes. Pass to Matthew Cleveland. Good look for the freshman. who's having a tremendous year coming off the bench for Leonard Hamilton, and he breaks into the scorer's column.
Strong finish in the paint for Matthew Cleveland. Takes it right in the heart of that zone defense by the Ospreys.
Another three, and Josh Berenbaum now has the hot hand for North Florida. 13 all here in Tallahassee.
Back-to-back threes for Berenbaum, who was just inserted into the game.
Back to the zone on D. In the middle is Ballard. Turn around with the right hand, in and out. And Parker clears the board for North Florida. Hicklen pushing the pace, made 5 threes against Kennesaw State, gives it back up to Parker on the wing. Adedoyan, high-low look on the pick and roll. Nice block by Ballard. Back the other way comes Cleveland.
It's an all-new 5 in here for the Florida State Seminoles on that last media timeout. Leonard Hamilton going a little deeper into his bench.
Smooth stroke from Wyatt Wilkes on the baseline. That's good for 2 and a 15-13 lead for Florida State. Cleveland got a hand in there, knocked it out of play. It'll remain with the Ospreys. But man, what a sequence we've had here. Berenbaum burying another 3. And then on the next trip through, the big man Ballard rejecting Parker. Wyatt Wilkes with the baseline jumper. And so after a flurry of points and fireworks, it's 15-13 with 13:43 left here in the first half. Jalen Worley gives it up to Cleveland, driving baseline on Parker, got back his own miss, puts it back up, couldn't finish. Cameron Fletcher clears the board for Florida State, who now rotate over to Wilkes. Extra pass to Cleveland, discards his defender down low, and picks up the and one.
Good work inside there by Matthew Cleveland. Nice pass from Wyatt Wilkes, and then Cleveland just a little shot fake, a little bit of contact, and finishes it anyway. Let's go to the line for the and one opportunity. That foul going to go on Jaden Parker. He's the leading scorer for the Ospreys right now. Just his first personal.
And Cleveland, the freshman from Atlanta, cashes in on the and one opportunity. Florida State out to their biggest lead early here in this game at 18-13. Another 3-ball attempt by Berenbaum. At this point, why not? Wasn't the best look, however. It'll carry him out of play, and the ball goes to Florida State. Good start from the perimeter for North Florida, 3 of 5. That's 60%. They shot 58%, Melissa, in their non-conference efforts prior to getting into ASUN play, and really it had fallen off a cliff, to be exact, for the Ospreys. And Matt Driscoll told us, I'm not a sugarcoater, and he referred to it as a slump, and he said really what his team's got to do is battle the hidden opponent and not force things.
Well, and he talked about either you're a bad shooter or you're taking bad shots, and you can read his lips right there. He was telling Berenbaum he didn't think that was a good shot. That was a bad shot. He wants him to be a little more patient on the offensive end. I think that's exactly why he called that timeout. He wanted to make sure that his team knew, look, you got to get the best shot available. We can get a better look than that. That was a contested 3.
So Berenbaum, the freshman out of Clearwater.
Can't blame Berenbaum, though. He'd had 2 good looks. He had knocked down a couple. Sometimes you're feeling it and you need a little heat check.
I was going to say, you feel that little heat check, right? Good steal. Jordan Priester checking in. Got the steal, gave it up.
Adedoyan, I believe.
Adedoyan, yeah.
Good look there. Got it all started from the defense.
Florida State has only given up 2 steals in their last 2 contests against Syracuse and Duke. Going up top, looking for Fletcher, had it knocked away. There's another steal. This time Dorian James comes away with it. Priester controls it, working on Fletcher. Berenbaum sets the screen, the kick out wide to Hicklen. James lost the handle out of play. And now a couple of steals for North Florida, Melissa.
Yeah, it's surprising. Florida State coming off their lowest turnover output of the season. Only had 5 turnovers in that win over Duke. There was turnovers on back-to-back possessions for the Noles. Credit the defense of the Ospreys. They responded after the timeout from head coach Matthew Driscoll.
Noles swing it over to the left, and that ball was blocked on the shot attempt. Caromed out of play and off the back of Wyatt Wilkes' right hand. We'll take another look.
That ball's going to go over to the Ospreys. I believe that's the correct call.
And so as it stands at the under-12, Florida State hanging on to an 18-15 lead, but the gritty Ospreys are hanging around.
Oh, you're doing it wrong, man.
What's wrong with action figures?
Nothing, except buying them without Capital One Shopping.
What's that, Samuel, Mr. L. Jackson?
Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them. Just download it to your computer.
Whoa, you're my hero.
Yeah, I can tell.
You like it?
I look good in miniature. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius.
What's in your wallet?
I don't say it like that, Devin.
So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals.
Aren't others doing that?
Others say that, but not everyone gets the best deal. Like, what if I give you a lollipop? Then I give you our best lollipop.
That's not fair.
At AT&T, we think it's only fair that all customers get our best deals. And you get a choice of plans.
She said everyone.
It's not complicated. Only AT&T gives both new and existing customers our same best deals, like up to $800 off our most popular smartphones.
Welcome back to the Donald L. Tucker Center in Tallahassee, Florida. Sean Davison, Melissa Bruner, Ari Masudi, Madison Fitzpatrick here with you, where the Seminoles lead at 18-15 over North Florida, visiting out of the A-Sun here this Thursday afternoon. Fans of all ages, and frankly, Melissa, considering it's noon on a Thursday, a pretty darn good crowd here at the Tuck.
It's a really good crowd here at the Tucker Center. Again, it was a late scheduled game, just got rescheduled last week. This was originally supposed to be in mid-December, and teams were on a COVID break, and nice to be able to enjoy some afternoon basketball with some young and old fans alike.
I don't know if these students have excused absences, if they've got sick notes. I'm seeing a lot of youngsters here.
I'm going to say there's a lot of online classes as well. This might be a virtual school day.
So you just mute the Zoom screen and away you go. About to get back underway here in Tallahassee. It'll be Dorian James to send it in for North Florida. And it goes to Barenbaum.
State
looking pass, but knocked away.
Florida State comes up with a big steal there, using their length to get into the passing lanes.
High-low look, and Gom and one.
It's a good, strong look inside for Tenor Nagam. Takes it right at the defenders there for the Ospreys. Finishes through the contact. And
Gom back on the floor. 2 for 3 now from the free throw line. Also back on the floor is Anthony Polite, a guy who can really shoot the lights out for Florida State. And for more on Anthony, here's Ari Masudi.
And Sean, look, Anthony Polite's shot from beyond the arc hasn't been what a lot of fans or even himself expected when this season started. But Anthony told me, I'm more than just a shooter. I pride myself on being physical and have relied on getting to the rim and to the line. Ray Evans told me Polite's presence is enough for his Seminole team. And check these stats out over the last 4 games, all Seminole wins, by the way. Anthony Polite is 14 of 14 from the free throw line. He's averaging 7 rebounds per game, averaging about 10 points per game as well. So if you think about it, Polite's finding his role. Leonard Hamilton has always talked about this team will grow as the older guys find new roles, and maybe Polite's finding his as we turn the calendar to 2022.
Yeah, absolutely, Aria. Good ball movement on the other end by North Florida. Another 3, and that's one of those good looks that Matthew Driscoll wanted to see his team cash in on. Adedoyan splashes it through from the wing, and now he's got it once again. Hicklen now will line one up. This time too strong. Offensive rebound by Dorian James, knocked away by the Seminoles. Noles have numbers. Mills with the right hand lays it in.
It's a good kiss off the glass there on the lay-in. Bounced around just a little bit.
And an offensive foul. That'll go against Jordan Priester. Good job by the big fella to Noor and Gom getting back and getting those feet set.
Some good ball movement there by the Ospreys.
And then back the other way, a good block, and Mills cashes it in on the other end.
State has been patient against this zone defense, has really done a good job reversing the ball, making the defense have to shift, and then a mistake there by Butler as he stepped on the sideline, trying to create a little extra space against that zone.
Priester has it on the wing. 11 to shoot for the Ospreys. Good look to Dorian James. He'll make a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, some really nice interior passing there by North Florida. Dribble penetration, draw the defense. Let's take another look here. Gets in, draws the defense to him, and then finds a cutter. They're going to get Polite on that foul. Be his first. Team's 5th. Dorian James knocking down the first of the pair.
Came into this game shooting 67% from the free throw line. The leading scorer of all the players on the floor who played a season ago. 13.7 rebounds in the contest in 2020. Butler looking for 3. Made a couple against Duke.
And then Naheem McLeod in there on the offensive glass. Couldn't come up with it, but kept it alive for his team, and Florida State will get another possession. Butler had time to line that one up. That looked good, leaving his hand. We had a good angle. Just a little too strong.
And Melissa, there's been a lot of talk about the freshmen, and various freshmen have gotten a lot of love as Anthony Polite, the senior, charges down the lane and slams it through with one hand. But a freshman that I think really deserves a little bit more recognition, especially after what he did against Duke, is Butler. A career night for him. And really, it's not normal to have a 7-footer who can run the floor and spread the floor and shoot the 3 like he does at the college level.
He really is a special player and is really coming into his own here midway through the season for Leonard Hamilton. Let's take another look at this dunk from Anthony Polite. Naheem McLeod clears the lane and Polite just throws it down. Lefty on the left side. It's a good look there from our camera crew.
Speaking of freshman, Jalen Worley pushed the pace and earned a trip to the free throw line, drew some contact down low. And the first of his free throw attempts looked good. Missed a couple of free throws late in that game against Miami. And then after that game was over, Noel fans, various members of the media saw him spending a good amount of time just working on that stroke. Made some big ones against Duke, made a couple of good-looking ones there.
This is a Seminole squad that's not afraid of hard work. I see them in the gym often, late at night, early in the morning, getting extra shots up, getting that work in when nobody else is watching.
And so there is Worley guarding Dorian James, and I believe Priester stepped out of bounds right in front of the Florida State bench.
He went to take a step back as he was going to penetrate to the rim. As he took that step back, that back foot stepped on the sideline right there in front of the Seminole bench.
Mills on the shot fake, penetrates down the baseline, kicks it over to Polite. Back out wide to Butler, looking for three. This one short, bouncing around. McLeod tries to corral the rebound. Instead, it comes to Dorian James, who gets it over to Hicklen. Lines one up from the wing, and another three splashes through for North Florida.
Hicklen's one of those players that Matthew Driscoll told us was going to need to step up in the absence of Jose Placer and Carter Hendrickson.
High-low look for McLeod. And on the shot attempt, he is whistled for a travel. We'll take a look one more time here at Hicklen's three ball.
Hicklen has time to line that up in transition. He went 5 of 10 in their loss at Kennesaw State from the three-point line. We had 17 points in that game. He's picked up where he left off here today with a couple of big threes for the Ospreys.
Cleveland got a hand in there, knocked it away. Adedoyan gets it back. Birnbaum guarded by Polite. Evans got a hand in there, tried to strip it. Back out top, Adedoyan lines another one up, and we're tied at 26.
Ospreys giving everything they can right now to this Florida State Seminole team. Shooting it incredibly well from beyond the three-point line so far. 60% from the three-point line for the Ospreys today.
Cameron Fletcher penetrates off the shot fake. Too strong on the mid-range Jay. James has it, sets the screen for Hicklen. Birnbaum driving with the right hand, couldn't get it to go. Parker tried to clean it up, could not do so. Back the other way comes Matthew Cleveland. Dribbles to the right, good looking shot by the freshman.
So smooth on that pull-up jump shot. Just when it feels like North Florida getting a little bit of momentum, Matthew Cleveland shuts it down.
Then got the hand in there again, nearly knocked it away right underneath the basket. Dorian James came crashing in. Anthony Polite records that charge, and so Florida State will take over with a 2-point lead. But the Ospreys continue to keep it close with their sharp shooting abilities from deep.
If you're always asking, where next? Capital One has a new class of travel card for you. Venture X. Earn 10x miles on hotels and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel. Venture X. What's in your wallet?
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us.
Ready!
That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Welcome back to Tallahassee. You're looking at the huddle over there on the Florida State sideline. Noles have the lead, but only by 2 with 6:57 left in the half. And with more on the conversation between the Seminoles, here's Ari Masudi.
And really, Sean, Leonard Hamilton not saying a whole bunch in that huddle. He actually asked his players, what's wrong? You tell me. And really, I think they're really upset about the way Florida State's defending the three-point line. UNF coming in to this game, one of the top teams in the country at launching threes. You and Melissa have talked about that. But really, it was all the players saying, pick up the energy, get out there, guard the line. They're just getting open looks. Really good to see Florida State's players are the ones trying to energize each other.
Yeah, absolutely, Aria. We're taking a look at the numbers. North Florida 6 for 10 from the perimeter to this point. Florida State guarding the 3 had held teams to a 34% clip from the perimeter. North Florida shooting 60% by comparison here in this game to this point. 6:57 left to play here in the half. And on the flip side, Melissa, Matthew Driscoll's got to be awfully pleased with what he's seen from his team. Sure, they're making threes, but he told us time and time again that despite the 0-5 record in ASUN play, with the offense not being there, he's proud of how their defense kept them in games, and it's certainly done a good job here, too.
Yeah, this 2-3 zone defense has really caused some troubles for the Florida State Seminoles. They have made it very difficult for the Noles to get a good look in the half court.
Priester tried to lay it in, too short. Parker cleared it, tried to put it back up. That was no good. Ball knocked away, and now Fletcher has it. Then it was knocked away by Priester. Another steal for North Florida. Hicklen beats the double team, and the pass inside was pretty good. Good save by Parker. Now back out top to Hicklen, and the board is cleared by Anthony Polite.
The foul inside. Going to be Quincy Ballard with a little bit too much contact there, trying to get his post position inside.
Team 6th here in the half. It'll be Barenbaum to send it in. 6 points early for Barenbaum. His season high is 9 against Edwin Waters.
You have to wonder about the depth of this Florida State team. They've already used 11 players, where North Florida has only played 7, really 6 for the majority of the game after Abar went out early with that technical foul.
Good look for Mills, lined it up, and it's short. Ballard wrestles down the rebound, and it comes back out to Raekwon Evans. Foul on the floor. That'll be North Florida's 9th.
They'll send Raekwon Evans back to the line, where he won the game for the Seminoles in that win over Duke just 2 days ago.
Did so against Miami as well. Shooting 79% on the season. Noles will sub in Naheem McLeod for Quincy Ballard.
The fifth-year senior was not rattled in either situation as he knocks down the first pair here.
Good on both, and Florida State stretches the lead back out to 4. It's Hicklen working on Evans.
Evans nearly came up with a steal, and then he did.
Ball knocked out of play and off of Hicklen. And that's another turnover forced by the Seminoles.
It's now the 8th turnover of the game for the Ospreys. See if the Noles can find a good look here against this 2-3 zone.
Mills, what a move.
That'll work.
Got right in the middle of that zone, laid it up and cashed it in.
I think he was looking to actually try to pass that ball and realized that he could just take it himself with the little scoop shot on the opposite side.
Excellent move on the other end by Adedoyan.
Seminoles typically make it so hard to score at the rim with their length. A little surprised that Adedoyan was able to get an open look.
Big block for the Ospreys. Adedoyan now kicks it out wide. And there's another three for Hicklen.
Credit Adedoyan on that for making that one happen. Again, got into the paint, kicked it out for the open look.
High-low look. McLeod with the extra pass had it knocked away. It'll remain with Florida State.
And Mills taking that extra dribble, extra step to get over on the other side to finish opposite. And a nice look from Adedoyan to Hicklen for the three. We got a ball game here in Tallahassee this afternoon.
I was going to say, 20 on the clock now for Florida State. And back out top they go to Mills. Hicklen all over him. Evans lines up a three. Bullseye! And the Seminoles increase the lead back out to 4.
Big look on the ball reversal there up top. Nobody came to pick up the shooter, Evans.
Hicklen working on Evans. Now back out top to Barenbaum. Had it stripped away by Mills. Tremendous defensive effort. Mills with the athletic move will earn a trip to the free throw line. A chance for Florida State to increase the lead. But Melissa, some fireworks from Raekwon Evans.
Raekwon Evans with a big shot to give the Noles the lead.
I'm Cynthia Chu, CFO and Growth Officer at Audible. I'm leading a new era of digital media. And my path started at the Wisconsin School of Business at UW-Madison.
If you're always asking, where next? Capital One has a new class of travel card for you. Introducing Venture X. Earn 10x miles on hotels and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. Find your where next with Venture X. What's in your wallet?
Network Extra, 3:28 left in the first half, and coming up at the intermission, Ari Masudi sits down with the NBA's one of the most recent 1,000-point men in the NBA, Terrence Mann, proud Florida State alum. We'll also take a look at the first half highlights and statistics between the Ospreys and the Seminoles. Caleb Mills will be shooting a couple of free throws here momentarily. Both teams still in their respective huddles. And with more perspective on what's going on over there on the visitors' bench, here's Madison Fitzpatrick.
Yep, so Coach Driscoll seemed pretty fired up. He said, I'll tell you what makes me mad. We got to get back to fundamentals and eliminate our turnovers. He said there's been way too many turnovers. He said, I love everything you guys are doing right now. You're being aggressive, you're playing with fire, but we have to get back to the basics if we want to stay in this game.
All right, Madison, thank you so much. And that's exactly what he was telling us about. You've got to focus on the fundamentals, and he likes that aggressiveness and the heart that his team has been showing this season.
His team has been playing with a lot of resolve here today. Again, shorthanded without their top two scorers, and then they lose a player a couple minutes into the technical foul, and they have battled here in the first half. Keep this game close.
Florida State's been filling it up in the paint, mid-range jumpers alike. Only a couple of threes for the Seminoles, and it's been the three ball that's kept North Florida in it. They have made a boatload of them. Priester has it up top. Evans guarding him. They'll swing it over to James, and the high-low look is stolen away by Matthew Cleveland. Floor, driving baseline, kicks it back out to Evans. Wyatt Wilkes discards his defender, steps to the left and buries the tray. The third three for Florida State here in the first half, and now they stretch that lead to 9.
It's a big shot in the corner. Wyatt Wilkes, some unselfish play for the Noles as they passed up good shots to get an even better one for their teammate Wilkes.
Adedoyan tried to get by Wilkes, but was guarded well by Mills. Rebound goes to Cleveland. Looking up top to Harrison Prieto. Kick out wide. Now to Raekwon Evans, and the floater crashes through. Timeout, North Florida. Melissa, you mentioned the ball movement for Florida State. North Florida got in those passing lanes midway through the half, but the ball movement is improved here of late. In case in point, what you see here from Wyatt Wilkes.
Again, you're getting the ball into the paint, you're kicking it out for what could have been an open look for Raekwon Evans, and then he makes the unselfish play to make an even better pass. So you get that paint touch and you kick out for open shots. Noles with the recipe for some big buckets here late in the first half.
The lead now 42-31 for the Seminoles, who've made 14 of their 25 field goal attempts. North Florida 10 of 25 to this point. Seven of the 10 for North Florida have been three balls.
It was a good timeout by head coach Matthew Driscoll, starting to feel the momentum all shift to the Florida State Seminoles. See how his team responds here.
Back they go to Baron-Baum. That is short. Cleveland clears another board, drives the other way. Foul called on the floor. That'll go against Hicklen, I believe.
Yep, it is. Jarius Hicklen with the foul, and that'll send the Noles back to the free throw line as they are now in the double bonus. Be Cleveland to step up for the Noles. Both teams shooting extremely well from the line so far here today.
Good looking stroke from Cleveland.
Noles above 90%, 92% to be exact. North Florida perfect from the line as well at 4 of 4.
Was 51% from the free throw line coming into this game. Those two look pretty darn good. Lead up to 13 now for the Seminoles. Adedoyan working on Worley. Hicklen got by Prieto and laid it in through contact. He'll have an and one opportunity.
It's good recognition there by Jarius Hicklen to see that he had Harrison Prieto on him. Prieto more of a post player, not as adept at guarding out on the perimeter, and Hicklen kind of made an isolation move, one-on-one, took it to the rim.
Prieto, the senior from Mandeville, Louisiana, has checked in sporadically for the Seminoles and largely done a good job. Speaking of the underneath move by Caleb Mills, laying it in with the right hand.
Mills now with 13 points to lead all scorers here this afternoon, including 4 of 5 from the floor for Caleb Mills.
Hicklen driving on Prieto once again. Ball knocked away, and a tie-up will be called. While they sort that out, we'll take a look here at Caleb Mills diving deeper into his bag of tricks, Melissa.
Yeah, a little up and under move there. Uses the rim to help him out. Finishes on the opposite side to extend the Seminole lead to 13.
Possession goes to Florida State, and Leonard Hamilton calls timeout.
Leonard Hamilton, I think, just wanted to draw up a little play here. Just over a minute left. Wanted to make sure the Noles could get a good look here to continue this momentum here at the end of the first half.
And really, Melissa, Aria mentioned the player-led timeout over there. Ever since then, the energy he spoke of has really picked up. They've come away with some deflections, some steals, some blocks. They've drawn some charges. They've made some shots. And it really has created quite the ripple effect.
Yeah, and again, that's the culture that they've created here at Florida State. It's driven by the players, and they're coaching up each other, and that's what you really need to be successful. Is you don't have you have a limited number of timeouts. You can't always have huddles. You need players and guys to step up and lead each other, and that's what you're seeing from Florida State right now.
Just over a minute left to play here in the first half. And the ball was knocked away. It'll remain with Cleveland and the Seminoles with 24 left on the shot clock. Exactly 1 minute left here in the half. Entry pass was intended for Wyatt Wilkes. Instead, Hicklen comes away with it. Ospreys will try to run a little offense here, get a good set play, and cut into the lead. Berenbaum has it up top. Worley tries to swat it away. Now it's Adedoyan with it at the logo. Nearly lost the handle trying to drive on Wilkes. Now Dorian James has it. And Priester looks for the up and under and one for North Florida.
It's a good answer there for the Ospreys. That's Priester with the little up and under move. Took a note from Caleb Mills' playbook. Finishes on the opposite side through the contact for the and one opportunity.
And that call was against Tenor and Gum. That's his third. He'll check out. Knowles will bring Prieto back in.
Was a little bit limited inside today. We haven't talked much about it, but Malik Osborne not able to go today over there in street clothes with a boot on that left foot.
Good reaction by Worley, came crashing in and cleared the board off the missed free throw attempt. Florida State has 15 left. There'll be about a 3-second differential between shot and game clock here. Inside to Mills. Good move again. One second to shoot, and I believe that's a foul is going to be called on Caleb Mills. Hang on. Florida State was heading toward their bench, but a foul was called against Caleb Mills.
And Caleb Mills came out to challenge that three at the end, and I don't think he...
Point shots. So if we just go again, media by media, get shots. We had 9 assists on 12 buckets. Like, get shots. Then let the chip fall where they may, because now we're doing it our way, not their way.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Well, now they've got 10 assists on 13 buckets to get this second half started. 48-40 now the margin. Parker with the opening make for North Florida. Sean Davison, Melissa Bruner, you heard from Madison Fitzpatrick. We've heard from Ariam Sudi as well, our entire crew here with you on this Thursday afternoon from Florida's capital city, and Florida State running their first set play here of the second half. High-low look into Naheem McLeod, tried to lay it in, too strong on the attempt, and Dorian James corrals the board, and back the other way comes Berenbaum, who buried a couple of threes in the first half. That attempt too strong as well, and out comes Evans with it.
You can see on that first possession, Florida State trying to go inside to use that 7-foot size advantage in the post.
They rotate over to the right, and Polite now back to the left they go, and Caleb Mills driving baseline dishes it up to McLeod. Lost the handle for a second, back out top now to Evans. Good look for Anthony Polite, and that is short on the 3-ball attempt. Up and under, and a lay-in off the offensive board, Naheem McLeod.
The battle inside by Naheem McLeod. Ball came off the rim and went right to the floor, and he went down low to grab that one and then go back up and finish.
Barenbaum working on Butler. Tried to get around the 7-footer, could not. Back out wide to James. Got around McLeod, couldn't get the bounce. Butler clears the board. Light with the dribble penetration, the kick out wide now to Mills. Couple steps inside the perimeter, got back his own miss, puts it up through contact and lays it in.
Love that kind of energy from Caleb Mills. Didn't hang his head after the first shot didn't go down, just saw it was going to be a little short and went and grabbed it and stuck it right back in.
Has scored in double figures over the last 3 games, now averaging 17.3 points per game over these last 3 games and change. Hicklen's got it, working on Butler. Gives it up to Parker. He tried to lay it in over Mills, couldn't get the roll. Knowles pushing tempo the other way. Evans pulls it back out, now drives baseline, dishes it to McLeod, struggled with the handle once again, and Barenbaum comes away with the steal.
And you see the feistiness and the scrappiness of this North Florida defense there. Putting the hand in to knock the ball away once it had gotten into the paint.
Hicklen lines up another 3, and the young man who made 5 against Kennesaw State has made several here today as well. Now gets tripped up at the midcourt stripe. We'll take a look at some of the proceedings here, Melissa, to get this second half started.
Yeah, Florida State getting it done on the glass. First it was Naheem McLeod there again. You expect him to go up high. It's a 7'4" post, but he's able to go down low and get it. And then Caleb Mills following his miss with the and one.
Good answer by Hicklen. And a good high-low pass to Tenor and Gom from Wyatt Wilkes.
North Florida pushing it up the floor quick, trying to score in transition. Raekwon Evans there to stop the break.
Adedoyan gives it up to Priester. Another 3 crashes through.
It's 9 made threes now for the Ospreys. 9 of 15 for 60% from beyond the arc today. Will make Coach Driscoll happy.
Baseline J, and Mills cashes it in again.
19 points now for Caleb Mills. 7 of 9 from the floor. Very efficient shooting for Mills.
Hicklen pull up, got it!
Unbelievable right now for the Ospreys. They are not backing down at all from the Florida State Seminoles.
And the charge was taken by Parker. Offensive foul on Anthony Polite. And that'll take us to the under 16 media timeout. North Florida tightening things up against the Seminoles, who despite running some pretty good offense that looked like that to Caleb Mills, Mr. Hicklen on the other end just filling it up from deep.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. Ready! That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
Do business differently. Find yourself out in front. Because when you're trusted to lead and there is no blueprint, you lead. Others might be surprised to see you there, but we're not. Wisconsin School of Business at UW-Madison, the next generation of leaders.
Welcome back to Tallahassee. Noles lead by 7 thanks in large part to Caleb Mills, who has expanded his role this year with the Seminoles, and with more on Florida State's guard. Here's Arya Masudi.
And Sean, really, we've talked about roles for a lot of these older guys, but someone who's new to this program, Caleb Mills, came from Houston, where he was used to shooting about 15 to 20 times per game, but he had to find where he fit in Tallahassee. And I think it took about a month for him to really understand that this team needs him to score the basketball. Check this, the last 5 games, he's averaging 18 points per game, and he's taken 60 total shots, 19 more today on 7 of 9 shooting. The efficiency will be key for Caleb Mills, but make no mistake, FSU needs Mills to play well if they're going to be successful this season.
Yeah, certainly no arguments here, and he has done his part today. The Noles lead by 7 over a North Florida team that has made an astounding number of threes, 10 to be exact. 10 of their 16 made field goals have been from three-point land.
Well, and no coincidence that Florida State is on a 4-game win streak, and a large part of that is due to the scoring of Caleb Mills.
Hicklen has the hot hand for North Florida. He is working on Mills, who got a hand in there and knocked the ball away. Adedoyan now working on Anthony Polite. Polite, the senior, all over him. Hicklen got by Mills and came crashing in on Prieto. He'll earn a trip to the free throw line.
Talked a lot about Caleb Mills. Jarius Hicklen's been impressive today as well. There you see 17 points, 4 of 7 from the three-point line. And he was one of the players that when we talked to head coach Matthew Driscoll, he said he needed him to step up big today if the Noles if they wanted to have a chance to knock off the Noles. And Hicklen has responded to that challenge here this afternoon.
Lead cut down to 5. It was 10 at the half. It now is 56-51. Good ball movement by Florida State. Wyatt Wilkes short on the baseline J. It comes away with Adedoyan. Offensive foul called against Priester.
Florida State has had some troubles in the half court finding open looks against this zone defense by the Ospreys.
Prieto on the shot fake, now sends it up top to Evans. Inside it goes to Cleveland. In the middle of that zone, high kiss off the glass, no good. Hicklen to Lanier, laid it up through contact, doesn't go, but he will shoot a couple free throws. The freshman guard out of Nashville, Tennessee. A 94% free throw shooter will shoot a couple.
Chaz Lanier gets Prieto up off the ground and then takes it right at Wyatt Wilkes. Draws the contact. Florida continuing to shoot it well from the free throw line. 10 of 12 now for the Ospreys.
Makes them both, got the fortuitous bounce on the second, and it is a one-possession game here in Tallahassee, 56-53. Polite looking for space, dishes it to Cleveland, had it knocked away, and here come the Ospreys. Priester back out to Hicklen, looking for 3 more. Jack that one up, and here comes Cleveland back the other way.
It's a little 7-0 run for the Ospreys. This could use a break here.
Good pass inside to Cleveland. Didn't get the shot to fall, but will earn a trip to the free throw line. He'll shoot a couple.
Seminoles have shot it extremely well from the line today as well. Now 14 of 15 from the line for the Noles.
No field goals in the last 2.5 minutes for Florida State. Got back his own, miss it, hammers it home.
What a play from Matthew Cleveland. Everybody just a little bit slow to step in the paint. Cleveland recognizes as soon as he let it go that it was going to be short. Takes one giant step into the paint and hammers it.
Hicklen lines one up. Rims around and out. Worley clears the board. Noles are looking to push. And here's Worley inside with the kick out to Cameron Fletcher.
Cam Fletcher stepped on the sideline there, and that'll be a turnover on the Noles.
Good awareness by the youngster.
Just like you draw it up, if you're going to miss, you might as well go slam it home.
Well, hey, Melissa, 3's better than 2, right? Noles doubled up Hicklen there. He pulls it back out. 10 to shoot. Guarded by Fletcher. Trying to turn the corner. Good positioning by Prieto, but it doesn't matter. Hicklen just lays it in up and over him.
Jarius Hicklen now 21 points to lead all scorers here this afternoon.
Noles look inside to Cleveland. The extra pass down low to Fletcher, and a foul called underneath.
There's Hicklen just with a nice little fadeaway and the kiss off the glass. Can't ask for much better than that. That last foul gonna go on Dorian James, sophomore from Winter Haven. Too much contact on the dribble penetration.
Fresh 20 for the Seminoles. 4-point lead, make it 6.
Matthew Cleveland.
Oh, looking for the big response on the other end was Chaz Lanier. Had it denied by the rim, but will earn a trip to the free throw line. The lead is 6 for Florida State, and the youngster Matthew Cleveland getting some highlights on the reel, and his veteran teammate Malik Osborne is loving every bit of it.
Oh, you're doing it wrong, man.
What's wrong with action figures?
Nothing. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them.
Whoa.
I look good in miniature. Capital One Shopping.
What's in your wallet?
I'm Jim Withreach, President of Content Distribution at Warner Media. I drive innovation in the entertainment industry. And my path started at the Wisconsin School of Business at UW-Madison.
North Florida hanging with Florida State really speaks a lot to their culture, which has been built largely on the road. And with more on that, here's Madison Fitzpatrick.
Yep, Sean, the Ospreys are no strangers to away games. In total, they've traveled around 3,000 miles by bus and 10,000 miles by plane and have stayed in 10 different hotels. Speaking with Coach Driscoll recently, and he said he looks at the amount of travel time as an advantage for the chemistry of his team. He said that at every hotel, they switch up roommates and get to know a new teammate on a deeper level. He said there's so much worth in the amount of time as players are spending with each other. And in the end, you can see right now, they seem to be very comfortable on the road.
Thank you very much, Madison. And North Florida has looked really strong behind the likes of Jarius Hicklen, who's been the hot hand of late, Melissa.
Hicklen has gotten it done from beyond the arc. He's gotten to the rim, doing it from all levels. His Jarius Hicklen, been incredibly impressed by his performance today. Again, Coach Driscoll told us he needed players like Hicklen to step up today. If his team was going to have a chance, they needed to knock down threes and they needed to rebound. Hicklen doing just that for the Ospreys.
Hicklen and Mills in a tight battle to be the leading scorer in this game. 21 for Hicklen, 19 for Mills on the Florida State bench. Hicklen 21 points on 6 of 13, shooting most of that from beyond the perimeter. A couple of rebounds as well as his teammate Chaz Lanier goes to the free throw line, and that is a rare miss for the freshman from Nashville. And I'll add one more thing, Melissa, to Madison's hit. When all is said and done this season, North Florida will have played games in all 4 time zones and in 9 different states.
Life on the road can be challenging, but it just depends on how you look at it. And if you spin it as a positive, as Coach Driscoll's done, you can use it to your advantage.
Tell you what, the Noles are going up top, and you don't even have to spin that as a positive. It's plain to see. Lead increases to 7.
You can use your size as an advantage too, and that's exactly what the Noles are doing right now, as they have taken it inside against the smaller Ospreys.
Hicklen lining up 3 more. This is short, and Parker tries to knock it out of play off Worley, who tried to knock it out of play off of Berenbaum.
Cleveland going up top to Ngam. Gets the fans excited here at the Tucker Center. Everybody loves a dunk.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, good work by Worley there after having that ball knocked off his leg, got it back and knocked it off an Osprey to retain possession. Butler has it with 13 on the clock. Now Worley working up top. Gave it up to Fletcher. Pass inside to Cleveland with the right hand. Had it knocked away. A fresh 20 on the shot clock for the Seminoles as that ball kissed the rim. And Ngam, the turnaround, got it to go. And the Noles stretch the lead back out to 9.
Fitting that the ball goes back inside to Ngam, as he was the one that kept the ball alive. And now it appears that he's hurt. He's asking for a sub there. He signals to the official that he needed a break. Limps off the court, and you don't like to see that. If you're a Florida State Seminole fan, Ngam missed some games earlier with an injury. Now going to need some medical attention from the Seminole training staff.
The senior from Senegal, before that injury, had equaled his career high in scoring. 10 points also against Loyola Marymount earlier this season for Ngam. Still North Florida basketball here.
Looks like they're going to take Ngam back into the training room. Hate to see that. Again, the Noles already missing Malik Osborne down low. Depth just got a little bit thinner for Leonard Hamilton's squad.
Adedoyan pulls up from beyond the arm of Harrison Prieto, and the prayer comes up short. Mills back the other way, inside 10 minutes left to play. Good looking stroke from John Butler on the baseline, and Florida State's lead is back out to double digits.
Butler looked like he thought about trying to take it to the rim. He wanted it in on the dunk action and then realized, hey, I can knock down the 6-footer.
I believe a timeout called by Matthew Driscoll, and the Ospreys now down 11 here in Tallahassee. 67-56, Knowles.
Food. We think about it all the time, but for many Americans, it's a scary thought. During this crisis, 1 in 12 seniors and 1 in 7 children don't have access to nutritious food. We can all help. Get involved at feedingamerica.org.
So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals.
Aren't others doing that?
Others say that, but not everyone gets the best deal. Like, what if I give you a lollipop? Then I give you our best lollipop.
That's not fair.
At AT&T, we think it's only fair that all customers get our best deals. And you get a choice of plans.
She said everyone.
It's not complicated. Only AT&T gives both new and existing customers our same best deals, like up to $800 off our most popular smartphones.
Welcome back to Tallahassee. Florida State leading it by 11 over North Florida at the Donald L. Tucker Center. Sean Davison, Melissa Bruner, Arya Masudi, and Madison Fitzpatrick here with our entire ACC Network extra crew. Florida State's won all 6 meetings against the Ospreys out of the A-Sun, who, as they so often do, season in, season out, shoot the ball well from 3. It's been a bit of a dry spell for them in conference play. They've gone from 38% from the perimeter down to 21 when they play their conference opponents. There's players on the roster that have gone from the 50 percentile down to the 20 percentile. And so Matthew Driscoll's been looking to get this team to settle in and take better shots. They've largely done that today, but on the heels of a Florida State run, a timeout by the Ospreys to try to settle things down again.
Yeah, that Florida State had gone on a little 6-0 run, and it was a 2-minute scoring drought for the Ospreys. And that will not make head coach Matthew Driscoll happy. Nothing makes a coach more mad than calling a timeout, drawing up a play, and then having a turnover on the inbounds play. 13 turnovers apiece. Great pressure on the inbounds, and how about the wingspan of Jalen Worley? 6'9" wingspan for Worley. Just a freshman. What a luxury it is to have somebody like that, who at some point in time you would imagine will run the point for Florida State, to also have that ability. And speaking of ability, Matthew Cleveland throws down a third. And that's another offensive rebound for the Seminoles, and a putback for the Noles that helps them extend their lead.
16 points to go along with 8 boards coming off the bench for Cleveland.
Yeah, that's 9 offensive rebounds in the game for Florida State now, and 17 points off those 9 boards.
Foul called on the floor against John Butler. We'll take a look at the latest Cleveland fireworks.
Matthew Cleveland now with 16 points, 8 rebounds in the game. Can't ask much more for the diaper dandy.
Ball knocked away. It will remain with North Florida. Can appreciate the Dick Vitale terminology there. We certainly wish Dickie V all the best. Not able to call games for a period of time as he undergoes chemotherapy treatments, but a legend and an icon, not just in basketball, but especially also now in broadcast.
Yeah, I couldn't help but think he probably would have been here the other night for that Duke-Florida State game, and certainly I want to wish him all the best in his recovery from cancer treatment.
A rejection at the rim. Tenorin Gom checking back in. That's a good sight to see. And now here's Butler giving it up to Mills. Inside again to Cleveland. Extra pass down low. Butler tried to lay it in through contact, and it falls out of play off the hand of Dorian James. It'll go back to the Seminoles here.
Butler on the defensive end with a swat. Inside, challenge that shot from Jaden Parker.
4 points, a couple of boards, and a block for Butler today. His fellow freshman Worley sends it into him. Inside to Cleveland, lobbing it up for Ngom and one. A new career high for Tenor Ngom.
Ngom making it happen inside. That 7'4" frame. Calls for the ball up top. Cleveland delivers the pass, and then the nice tip in through the contact.
Barenbaum checking in for Dorian James. No substitutions for the Noles.
That is 5 personal fouls on Dorian James. His afternoon is finished. Again, we've only seen 8 players for the North Florida Ospreys today. A much shorter bench than normal for Matthew Driscoll.
Noles turning up the pressure even a little bit more here as Hicklen brings it across. Cleveland knocked it away. Hicklen gets it back. Barenbaum back to Hicklen. Now out to Adedoyan. Spin move by Adedoyan and could not get the bounce.
Nifty spin move by Adedoyan, just couldn't finish it.
Up top again, and then through contact, Cleveland earns a trip to the free throw line. The lead 16 for the Seminoles, 72-56 at the top.
Oh.
You're doing it wrong, man.
What's wrong with action figures?
Nothing. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them.
Whoa.
I look good in miniature. Capital One Shopping.
What's in your wallet?
Do business differently. Find yourself out in front. Because when you're trusted to lead and there is no blueprint, you lead. Others might be surprised to see you there, but we're not. Wisconsin School of Business at UW-Madison, the next generation of leaders.
It's tough to make it out to a noon game on a Thursday, but credit the Knoll Zone for getting some of the students out here. One of the best student bodies and student sections you'll find in the country. And with more on the Knoll Zone in their spirit, here's Madison Fitzpatrick.
So I'm here with the leader of the Knoll Zone. Tell us, how did you come into this role?
Right, so I've been in this organization for 3 years now. This is my 3rd year. There's 19 of us on the board, and essentially I was nominated for the position last year, and I was elected by my peers, so that's why I'm president now.
That's awesome. Can you give us any tips on how to properly storm the court?
Of course. So the first thing that you need to do is to spread the word to everyone. So I was texting people behind me in the student section, letting them know that we were thinking about it if we win. The next thing is you assess your surroundings. So you look for entry points. What's the easiest way I'm going to get on the court? You look for security. Where's security at? Can I get past them? The last thing that you need to do is to go as quick as you can. Get out of there. Because we felt the push of the crowd behind us. We didn't want to get trampled. So as soon as the game ended, we were out the gate. And the last thing that you need to do is find Malik Osborne. He's the man. He brings all the energy every single game. So immediately when I was out there, I saw him, and I've always wanted to rush a court since I was a little kid. So a dream came true against Duke.
Awesome. Back to you.
Madison, thank you so much. Melissa, I think my main takeaway from that is A, obviously find Malik Osborne. B, how do you interview a mime?
Great work by Madison Fitzpatrick. That's all there is to it.
That is hard-hitting journalism right there, folks. Over on the free throw attempts, it will go to the Ospreys. And speaking of finding Malik Osborne, they practice what they preach here in Tallahassee, because indeed that did happen. Celebrate with your man, Seminole fans. Celebrate with him.
Love the post-game celebration after a big win. Bulls are going to have a lot to celebrate here today. They're on an 11-0 run here.
And that just became a souvenir.
Unfortunately, this is not like baseball. Little guy threw it right back in like he needs to. Don't have a lot of extras of those. Thank you, sir. We appreciate the assistance.
Get that young fella on the stat sheet.
Wonder how his jumper is. He might be able to knock that one down.
If he is, Matthew Driscoll might be calling. Whoa! How about that?
That one hung on the rim for the Knolls, Caleb Mills. Make that 21 now for Mills.
Oh my goodness, 3 more on the other end for Hicklen.
Hicklen wants to remain the game's leading scorer with 24 as he knocks that one down. Leonard Hamilton not happy about that.
If a picture's worth 1,000 words, that one spoke about 1,000,000 on its own.
Little bank shot there, and again, hangs right on the rim. Good job by Quincy Ballard there not to go up and hit that one. You could tell he wanted to, but it would have been basket interference.
Man, oh man. Look at those numbers on the other end for Hicklen. 24 points. What a showing. And that's consecutive quality appearances for Hicklen.
Yeah, and if you can continue to get that kind of a performance for Hicklen and for Adedoyan, I think this Osprey team has a lot to look forward to here in the second half of the season. You know, the first half hasn't been what they were hoping for in ASUN play, but if you can continue to get that kind of production from those two players, and then you get the likes of Carter Hendrickson back, Jose Placer back, certainly I think this team has a lot to look forward to here in the second half of the ASUN play.
Students in the Knoll Zone throwing up that upside down U. It's become a thing that's stuck ever since the young fan threw it up in that Miami game and the crowd went wild. He's become an icon and somewhat of a folk hero here in Tallahassee. He's not here. Elementary school called. They need him today. But I'm sure we'll see him in future home contests here this season at the Tucker Center.
That, of course, is the Seminoles' next opponent. Once they take care of business here for the last 7 minutes, they will head on the road to face the Miami Hurricanes down in Coral Gables on Saturday.
Hot pass from Fletcher out to Mills. Inside it goes to Polite. Back out to Worley. Knowles really moving the ball well on this possession, and Mills' three-point attempt is short.
Who else comes down with the rebound but Hicklen?
Barenbaum looking for three more, and he's got it.
Ospreys continuing to shoot lights out from beyond the three-point line. Over 50% from the three-point line here this afternoon.
That equals a season high for Barenbaum with 9 here against the Seminoles. Fletcher inside too strong, and Barenbaum brings down the rebound. Trying to go coast to coast, now tries to kick it out to Adedoyan, who wasn't in the neighborhood of the pass. And so the lead at 12 for the Seminoles, and they will also pick up possession here. They'll sub in Matthew Cleveland for Fletcher. And he'll send it in to Jalen Worley. Cleveland to Worley. Back inside to Matthew. Polite working down low. He will head to the free throw line.
Matthew Cleveland with the extra pass there. I think he had a good look in front, but he was able to find Polite. He's going to get to go to the free throw line here after getting clobbered down low.
To Aria's point earlier, Polite, who in the past has shot the ball very well. You go through those seasons, you go through those spurts as a player where the stroke just doesn't agree with you, or everything looks and feels good and the shots just don't fall. And so he's had to manufacture other ways to contribute, and he's done just that. It's also good to have teammates quite literally get down there to pick you up.
A love from Caleb Mills there, saying, it's okay, brother, I got you.
But the larger point I was making, now Polite with 3 points on the day, also has 3 rebounds and assists, a couple steals as well. So really does a variety of different things to what Aria was mentioning earlier. There's a steal for Wyatt Wilkes. Back to Polite it goes. Underneath the leg pass to Jalen Worley. Cleveland now swings it over to Wilkes, looking for his second 3 of the game. The tip, no good from Cleveland, but he should earn a trip to the free throw line. Excuse me, I believe that was Ballard who came crashing in.
It was Quincy Ballard in there with the tip, got fouled on the tip, stayed with it, came up with the dunk, but they're going to say the foul was on the first tip in, so Ballard will have to go earn his 2 points from the line. Also got to the line 21 times today already, knocked down 16 of those.
First free throws of the game for Ballard. That one no good.
First free throw attempts of the season for Quincy Ballard. Couple of lane violations there. They're going to say that it was North Florida that stepped in first. They call that on Jaden Parker, so Ballard will have a third attempt. They're missing the first 2. Matthew Driscoll not happy about that.
Extra attempt, same result. Parker clears the rebound, and it's in the hands of Hicklen now. Guarded by Cleveland. Caught up by the screen by Parker, and there's another 3 for Hicklen.
Another big shot for Hicklen. 6 of 12 now for Hicklen from beyond the three-point line for 27 points to lead all scorers here this afternoon.
Worley inside to Wyatt Wilkes, back out to Polite, looking for some room. Dribble penetration, step back jumper, got it.
It's a nice look for the lefty, Polite. There on the baseline.
Five points, 3 rebounds, and 19 minutes of work in this game for Polite. Priester on his way in.
Will they give him continuation?
That's the question.
Sure looked like it. They did. Priester, nice little crossover there through a couple of Seminole defenders, through the contact in the finish. Priester going to step to the line with a chance to cut this to single digits. North Florida not going away easily here.
And he's good on his second free throw attempt of the game. Cashed in on an and one earlier in the game as well. Timeout, Florida State. And that'll bring us to our final media timeout here in Tallahassee. The Noles lead down to single digits.
I'm Sanai Aspihal, VP of Brand Marketing at Gymshark. I help brands shape the future. And my path started at the Wisconsin School of Business at UW-Madison.
Welcome back to Tallahassee, where Jarius Hicklen, in his first year as an Osprey, is making quite a name for himself. He's done a good job to this point of the season, but Melissa, he has exploded against the Seminoles here today.
He's been fantastic today, again, getting it done mostly from long range, but we've seen his ability to take it off the dribble and get inside and challenge the bigs. He comes into the game averaging just above 8 points a game, but 27 points here today, 8 of 16 from the floor for Hicklen.
In the huddle, Matthew Driscoll told his team, if we want to do what we want to do, we got to do it now. They've cut the lead down to single digits with 4:15 left to play, and it should be interesting to see how this game irons itself out as we head to the conclusion. Sean Davison, Melissa Bruner, Ari Masudi, Madison Fitzpatrick. Florida State has never lost to North Florida, and the Ospreys have had a tough slate of games to this point. They've gone to UCLA, they've gone to Kentucky, they've gone to Florida. This is a good look for Anthony Polite, off the mark, but Cleveland will corral the rebound.
Sonoran Gam, I believe, that kept that one alive with the tip out.
Inside it goes to Cleveland. Pass back out to Anthony Polite, and the floater looks good for number 2 in white, and the lead is back up to double digits.
Just they can apply a little full court pressure here as well to try to change the pace of this game.
Adedoyan looking for another three, and my goodness, they crash another one through.
Jalen Worley right there looked like he had challenged well. Adedoyan just knocks it down. He's got 16 now, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc for Adedoyan.
That is 14 made threes for the Ospreys as Cleveland continues a really impressive showing.
You mentioned it, Matthew Cleveland, 16 points. He's 6 of 12 from the floor. Got 9 rebounds, 18 now as the stat monitor just updated. 18 points, 9 rebounds, just 1 rebound shy of that double-double.
And that 18 points is a career high for Matthew Cleveland, who continues to impress off the bench. Adedoyan looking for 3 more, got fouled in the act of shooting by Tenor Ngam.
Unfortunate mistake for Ngam. Probably doesn't get called on to defend on the perimeter as much. Comes out and challenges the shot. Gets a piece of Adedoyan as well. We'll take a look here. Gets a piece of the ball, but then definitely gets Adedoyan across the arms on the follow-through. It's now 4 personal fouls for Ngam.
2.5 left, and these free throws continue to cut into the lead. Down to 8 now. Adedoyan 68% on the year from the free throw line. He was 66% on those 3 efforts right there.
Earlier when Caleb Mills went out, I wondered if that might be the last we would have seen of him, but Leonard Hamilton going to bring Mills back into this game. With the Ospreys continuing to try to claw their way back in.
Cleveland looked for 2 more, did not get the roll. Now a foul called underneath and on the floor.
I believe that was on the block out. Let's see who they call that on. Looks like that's going to be Jordan Priester with the foul. It's going to send Ngam to the free throw line.
Ngam, who like Cleveland, has set a new career high in points scored in this game. Stands at 13, could increase it to 15 pending these 2 free throws. More importantly, a chance to get the lead back to double digits for Florida State. Missed the front end of the 1-and-1, and back the other way comes North Florida. Adedoyan with the bounce pass, gets it to Hicklen, and then Priester tries to come away with a turnover, trying to knock it out off of Cleveland's leg. Priester should remain with the Seminoles.
Now, Priester did throw it off Cleveland's leg, but I think they're going to say he had stepped out of bounds first before he was able to throw it back in. Let's take a look here.
Knowles get it into Anthony Polite, and another floater for Anthony Polite goes through.
Polite has come up big here in the end of this second half, come up with some big buckets for the Noles as he now has 9 points.
Yes, North Florida has turned up the pressure. 7 of his 9 points have come over these last few minutes. Let's go along with 3 rebounds. Hicklen working on him, now on Ngam. Trying to find some space. Driving on the 7-4 Ngam. And Anthony Polite came crashing in to force the turnover.
Hicklen just lost the ball on that one. Got by Ngam, but good help side defense there by Anthony Polite.
And Hicklen's limping a little bit as he heads off the floor. Berenbaum checks in to relieve him.
I think he might have gotten a knee or an elbow to the hip. It's holding his hip area. Last thing Matthew Driscoll wants is for his star to come up injured. It's going to get him out of the game.
Transfer from Oklahoma Baptist. His career high there was 31. So he came close to it. If he checks back in, we'll see if he can add to this. I don't know that he would with 1:14 left and him still limping around over in front of his bench.
He tried to come back in. I think he told Coach he was okay. Coach sent him right back to the bench. Went a little deeper. He's going to bring in Brandon Rasmussen, the freshman. Matthew Cleveland going to step up to the line after getting the ball in the paint and getting fouled by Parker. It is 5 fouls now on Parker, so Jaden Parker's day is done. 6 points for him, 4 rebounds.
First free throw attempt is good for Cleveland. Second one too strong, cleared by Priester. Adedoyan has it. Now guarded by Polite as the Noles switch. Turnover to the Seminoles. Credit Cleveland with the pressure.
The ball went right to Jarius Hicklen. Unfortunately, he was on the sidelines for the Ospreys, and that's a turnover, number 19 for the Ospreys. Florida State been able to convert those 19 turnovers into 19 points.
Cleveland inside. Noles trying to pass it around, milk some clock, get a good shot up. And Cleveland with the right hand could not get it to go.
Anthony Polite there to do a little bit of everything today for the Noles as he comes up with the offensive rebound. Noles are going to work the clock a little bit more.
Inside again to Cleveland. And down it goes. With that, Cleveland now has a 20-10 double-double. 21 points to go along with 10 rebounds. Florida State was challenged early and fairly often by North Florida, and it looks like Adedoyan's going to dribble this one out. Final seconds melting away here at the Donald L. Tucker Center, and the homestanding Seminoles will improve to 12-5 on the season with an 86-73 victory over the North Florida Ospreys out of the ASUN.
Win streak continues now, 5 in a row for the Noles. Good win here for Coach Leonard Hamilton and his squad. They'll enjoy this one for just a few hours before they head down to Coral Gables to take on